Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to Linux Essentials for Cloud and DevOps series. My name is Dheeraj Chaudhary and today we are diving into text processing and pipelines, some of the most powerful features of Linux. So let's get started. Let's talk about viewing file contents in Linux. These are multiple commands depending on what you need, like viewing the file, just beginning or end of the file, or following changes in real time for that specific files. Understanding which tool to use is going to save a lot of time and make your workflow more efficient. So let's go through each command one by one. So cat file name displays the entire file content at once for you. It's quick and simple for small files, but if you are going to use a large file, it is going to flood your screen with a lot of output. So you have to take care of it. Then comes head space dash n 10 file. So over here, what you have done, you have used cat, which is going to show you full file. Now, when you say head, so it is going to show you only the first 10 lines of that specific file. Suppose if this file is having multiple lines, and when you're going to use the head command, it is going to go to the head and get the top 10 lines for you. Then comes the tail dash n 20 file. It is going to display the last 20. So from below, it is going to show you the last 20 entries. So this is especially useful for checking the end of files, like seeing the most recent entries in the data file or in the logs. Now tail-f file follows the file in real time, so showing new content as it's added, and this is essential for monitoring logs while troubleshooting. You see new entries getting created automatically on the same terminal, so you don't have to again and again switch and go down to see the latest entry. Automatically it will keep on showing you. Then comes the less file name. It opens a paginated viewer where you can scroll up and down using the arrow key or the space bar, and press Q to quit. It's the best option for reading longer files. So this is going to give you a very long file, but it is not going to give you the control to go up or go down. And less file name, this less thing makes this enabled for you, where you can use the up key, below key, or you can use the space key. So more file name is simpler paginated view that only scrolls forward. So it's less powerful compared to the previous command, but it's still useful for viewing files one screen at a time. So it is giving you paginated views. For example, uh, at one glance, you will see the part 1, that is entries from 1 to 10. Then second paginated view would be from 11 to 20. Then third paginated view will be from 30 to 40. And this is how it shows the paginated views when you're going to use the more command. So let's explore each of the commands one by one. So we will start with cat command. So for cat command, what you're going to do is we will use sudo cat slash etc slash password. This is our file which is having the password and all, and you already know this file. We have covered this, so I have taken this file. I will hit enter. It will ask for password. I will give password, and see, it is showing the full details of that specific file. Now what I have to do is I just have to get the first 10 lines. So for that I am going to use the head command, and this is only going to fetch the first 10 lines for us, and see the same file but only the first 10 lines. But now if I want to see the last 10 lines, I am going to use the tail command, and if I paste it over here and see, now this is the top, but this is not the same, this is from the bottom. This is how you can use head and tail. Now to go ahead and see the file in real time, at that time you can use F, but that is most probably you will use for journal CTL. Now to see less command, what you will do is, so if I go ahead and say sudo less the file, enter. So over here you can see that I can scroll up and down. I am using the arrow key. See, it's going up and down. If it is a big file, see, I'm going down by using the down key. So let me go down, go ahead and clear the screen. Now instead of less, I am going to use more and enter, and see it is showing 52% of file now. If I press below, it has shown the second. So it has paginated the views in 2 pages. That is how you can use less and more. So understanding pipes. So this is one of the most powerful concept in Linux, and pipes let you connect commands together, turning the output of one command into the input for the other command. And this is fundamental to how Unix and Linux work, combining the simple tools to do a complex thing easily. So the pipe symbol is the vertical bar. It connects the command by sending the output of the first command as the input to the second command. Now the output of the first command becomes the input of the second. Instead of displaying output on the screen, it flows directly into the next command for processing. So a practical example is going to be cat file.txt. It is going to give the entire list of files. So first, this command over here, this command is going to give the content of the file. Okay, this is going to give over here as input. Now once input is received, then grep command is going to go inside this file and search for error, and if it is finding any errors, then it is going to go ahead and give us the output. That is how the input of first command goes as an the output of the first command goes as an input to the second command. Now you can chain multiple pipes together for complex processing, something like this. For example, suppose if I can say I have a log file, I will say cat log.txt. First command, then I will pipe and I will say grep error. Second command, then third, I will sort. This is the third command for sorting. Then you can also add a fourth command where you will say that sort and only give me the unique values. So this is how you can use multiple commands together by using pipe. Now, pipe filters data as it flows through the pipeline. Each command processes the stream and passes it along to the next one, creating efficient data transformation without storing intermediate results. This is more efficient than creating intermediate files. So instead of saving output to a temporary file and reading it again, pipe streams data directly between the commands in memory. So you don't have to first go ahead and, so if I say cat log, so it is not going to go ahead and create a file for us. Instead of that, instead of creating the file, we are removing the hassle of creating the file, and we are directly giving it as output stream, output to the other one. So now let's see one example. So what I can do is I can use one very good example that we have seen before. So for that, I will jump on the screen, clear the screen, and I will say journal ctl, and I will hit enter. See, this is the logs, very big log file. And now I have to search for errors inside this log file. So what I will do, I will use the same command. This is the output that you saw. I am now using pipe and passing it, and now another command which is going to search for error, enter. See, now it has only searched for error, and you can now enter one more and you can say unique. So this will only give you the unique commands, and this is how you can club multiple commands together. That is how pipe works for you. So let's talk about grep, one of the most essential commands in Linux. Grep stands for Global Regular Expression Print, and it's your go-to tool for searching text patterns in files or command output. So mastering grep makes troubleshooting and data analysis much faster for you. Let's go through it. grep pattern file searches for a pattern in a specific file. It displays every line that contains the search pattern that you have provided to it, making it easy to find specific text in a very large file. Right now, you just saw the example of finding errors from the system log files. So grep I pattern performs a case sensitive search. The previous search that you saw was insensitive, and this is going to be a case sensitive search, and this ignores the uppercase and lowercase. So if you are going and using this command, directly grep pattern file, so by default this is case sensitive. So if I say error, it will only look for this kind of error keyword. But when I'm going to use I, so if I say error, it is going to be case insensitive. So it will search for error, then this kind of error, then any type of case that we are having. Then grep space dash v pattern inverts the match. It shows the lines that don't contain your pattern. This is useful when you want to exclude certain entries, like filtering out comments from config files. Then grep dash n pattern shows the line numbers alongside matching the lines. So when if I take you back and run this command, so now what I'm saying, if I say grep, this is going to give me the number of lines as output. But now I don't want that. I will say give me along with the number of lines. So now you don't know where this error is. But if I use this command, you know that on which line we are getting this error. See, this error is on system log file 591.1086, and this is how you can use it. Then grep dash a 3 shows the lines after each match. So in previous command, you will see it is only showing the error line. But when I am going to go ahead and use dash a3, it is going to show 3 line after each error pattern. So over here, if I say dash a3, enter, see, this is my error, then it will show 3 line. This is my error, then it will show 3 line. That is how you can see any trailing entries for the log which has been created in your log file. Many times you have to understand the issue in depth for RCA. At that time you can use this kind of pattern. Now grep dash b 3 pattern shows the lines before each match. So this was after each match, and if you're going to use b, it is going to be before. So this is, you can say, downward. So if I get a line over here with error, so if you have to see the 3 lines below, you will use A. If you want to see 3 lines above, you will see B. And this is how you do pattern matching. Let's talk about SED, that is SED, the stream editor. So SED is incredibly powerful for transforming your text, like replacing words, deleting lines, and making bulk edits without opening a file in an editor. It's a staple tool for automation and text processing. Let's walk through the essential commands. First is sed dash s old new. So what we are doing over here is, so this is going to replace the first occurrence of old over here to new on each line. So the S over here that we are using, it stands for substitute, and this is the most basic form of sed replacement. So it is going to find the first occurrence of first line. So for example, if I have this is line 1, line 2 over here, if I am having new, again new, same new, oh sorry, so it would be the opposite way. Suppose if I am having old, old, and again old over here, so When I run this command, it is going to go inside this file, and inside this file it is going to find the first occurrence of each line. So I am on line 1, it will find the first occurrence of old and replace that with new. Then again it will find the first occurrence on the second line and replace that with new. It will not go ahead of first occurrence. Then comes the global parameter over here. So what it is going to do is it is going to go ahead and replace all of them. So the G flag stands for global. So without G, sed only replaces the first match per line, but with G, it is going to replace every match. So over here, now it has just modified this old, right, by using uh, old and file without G. But if you want to do for all of them, so it is going to replace this also, every one of them. So it is not only for first occurrence, it is globally. It is going to find all of them and replace it. Then comes sed pattern d file. This is going to delete the lines matching a pattern. So right now, as I have used a pattern over here as old and new. So suppose if you use a pattern over here, old. So what it is going to do is it is going to go ahead and delete lines matching this specific pattern. So suppose if I have line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am having old in line 3. So it is going to delete this line for us. Then sed dash n 510p and the file name. So it is going to go ahead and print the lines of that specific file only from line number 5 to 10. So in this way, you are getting specific data based on the specific line numbers. Now, the -n parameter over here, it suppresses automatic output, and the p parameter over here, it is the command which prints the specified range, letting you extract specific sections of the file. Then sed-i modifies the file in place, meaning it edits the original files directly instead of just printing the output. And be careful, when you're going to use this command, you have to make sure that you first take a backup. Now the most common use case for using sed is find and replace inside the file. Whether you're updating configuration file, changing variable names in scripts, or bulk editing text, sed handles it efficiently. Now let's understand this with a very good example that I have made for you. So for that, I will take you to the terminal. So once we are on the terminal, the first thing is I am going to create a file with some content. So this is our file and this is the content. So let me go ahead and get that for you on the screen. So now see, this is our file. I am creating a config.txt and I will hit enter. So my config.txt is created. Now if I say cat config.txt, see, this is the content of our file. Okay, just see it properly. Now I will just go ahead and clear this. So I will again output this, and we are going to first and foremost see that how we are going to go ahead and remove the first occurrence. That is our this command, old and new one, first occurrence per line. So I am going to go ahead and run this command, set command, and over here I am using substitute, that is s over here, right? The s over here. So what I am saying that substitute old server with new server in config.txt, and I will hit on enter, and you will see over here, if I go on line number 1, the old server has been replaced with new server. Same for this line, old server has been replaced with new server. Now over here you will see that I was only having one occurrence, that's why it has removed that. Now let's see another example where we are going to remove all the occurrence. So in this, already we have the newer server. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is, now instead of, I will go ahead and remove all those newer server, and let's make it as older one. So I will say older servers slash. So over here, as you can see, right now we have new server, new server, new server 3 times. So when I run this command, it is going to modify all of them. And here I'll hit on enter, and you can see now every new server has become old server. So that is how. Now what I am going to do is I am going to clear this. So if you see in our file, we are having a comment line. So now I want to remove this comment line. So how I'm going to do that? So I am going to go ahead and use a set command in which I am giving the delete parameter. I am saying I have to delete the line which starts with hash. This is my hash, right? So I'm going to go ahead and run this command, and you will see now our comment line has been deleted. Then I have to print specific range of lines. So suppose if I have line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will say 3 to 6. So my line number 3 to line number 6. I just want this output. So what this command is going to do is, if I paste this command, you can see we are saying that print the lines only from 3 to 6 for the config.txt, and you can see it has started from line number 3 and ended on line number this. And if you see the set command that I have used, so over here it has only and only removed it for showing us in the output format, but it has not modified the real file. That's what I was saying. So till the time you are not going to use the I flag, that is edit in place, which is our next command, it is not going to remove any line. So if I run this command once again, see now it has removed the file, but if I say cat config.txt enter, see this file still exists. But now let's change that command. So now instead of using d, I will go ahead and use over here as -i, and let's enter cat config, and you can see now it has permanently reduced. So this is edit in place that you have to do. So next comes into picture is our AWK, a very powerful test processing tool that's perfect for working with columnar database. So AWK is especially useful for log analysis, CSV processing, and extracting specific field from structured text. Understanding the AWK makes data manipulation very much easier. So let's start with some commands. So AWK print $1, it is going to print the first column of each line. The dollar sign followed by the number over here is representing the field or column, with $1 over here being the first column. This is how you are going to mention it. Then over here, now we are updating that specific command. So now first we said that print first column. Now we are saying that print columns 1 and 3. So this is how you can keep on adding multiple ones, and based on that it is going to give you the output when you need multiple columns output. Now when you say awk-f print1 /etc/password, it is going to use a custom delimiter with the f flag based on the f flag over here, and here colon is going to be the delimiter. This is the delimiter, see, mentioned over here. So which is perfect for parsing files like /etc/password that is actually using columns to separate the fields. So when you're using CSV, you would have seen that many times this semicolon is there. So in that case, you can use this kind of F flag. Then comes the AWK $3 greater than 100 file name. So this filters the row where the third column value is greater than 100. So AWK can also evaluate conditions and only process the lines that match your criteria. Then AWK sum plus is equal to $1 and print sum. So this is going to calculate the sum of the values in the first column, and the end block executes after processing all the lines. So first it is going to make the sum value of the first column, and then it is going to end with the sum processing of all the lines, giving you the final total. Then the default delimiter in AWK is white space, not colon. So meaning spaces or tabs, if it is there, for it is going to consider that as the default delimiter. So AWK automatically splits the lines into columns based on any white space, making it easy to work with space separated data. So let's do one thing. Instead of creating another file, I will use the same file, that is cat config.txt. Let's run our command in this only. So first command that I'm going to use is I am going to use the delimiter as is equal to, because it is already there in our file, right? So let's run the command with f, where I'm going to use it as with a delimiter as is equal to. So based on this, what it is going to do is the $1 is going to represent the first field. So everything which comes before the is equal to. So this is going to extract all the configuration keys like server, port. So let's hit on enter and you can see. So by using this F command and delimiter, what I have said, go ahead and print the first column. And when I run this command, you can see it is showing the column 1 and 2. So it is actually separating both of this column based on is equal to, that is the delimiter between the two columns. That is how it is understanding. Now custom delimiter. Now let's take our etc password file. So I will just go ahead and say sudo cat /etc slash password, and I will hit on enter. It will ask for password. So this is our file, and over here you can see what is the delimiter, colon or colon colon. So we are going to use that. So for this file, the delimiter is colon. So I will go ahead and run the command where I am going to use the F again, and this time I am going to print the first column based on the delimiter in this file as colon. Enter. See, all the first entries are being displayed over here. Now let's go ahead and do one thing. I will again do cat config.txt. This is going to show our file. Now we are going to do some operation. So what we are going to do is we are going to filter the rows where port value is greater than 100. So this is how we are going to make our command. So for that, what I'm going to do is I am going to use this awk command. What this command is doing, so in this command we are going ahead and saying that the delimiter is equal to by default. Then over here we are saying that the port and the value is greater than 2. So this is our column 2. So first of all, we are using delimiter. So after using delimiter, we are saying that this is our column 1, this is our column 2. Okay, so this is $1 and this is $2. So for $2, we have to check for value which is greater than 100, and it has to go ahead and print it. So I will hit on enter and see it has fetched the line for us where the value of the second column is greater than 100. This is how you can use it. Now let's do some numeric values from port and timeout. So this time what I'm going to do is I am going to run a command which is going to check if the first field is either port or timeout. Then it adds the second field value to running the sum variable. So for that, what we are going to do is, this is going to be a very complex command. So I will explain you the entire command. I'll paste this. So see what we are doing over here. Again, the F command delimiter, and over here we are saying that this is our column 1. So I am saying that for column 1 we have to find port the port, the keyword port, that is number 1, and the second number is timeout. So now we are saying that it has to fetch only 2 lines which are having this specific column entries. Then we are saying sum plus is equal to $2 and end with the total. And I will go ahead and hit enter. So you can see it has totaled the value of it. So sorting and counting commands are going to help you organize and analyze the text data for you. These tools are essential for processing your logs, analyzing the data patterns, and getting quick statistics from the files. So sort file arranges lines alphabetically by default. So lines starting with numbers appear first in ascending order, followed by the lines starting with letters sorted by A to Z. So you can do alphabetical sorting by using this. Suppose if you have certain columns and those columns are having entries, 4 5 entries, and now over here if it is A is over here, B is over here, C, T is first, and this is E. Now when you're going to use sort file, it is going to sort and it will become A, B, C, D, E. It is going to sort alphabetically. Then sort n performs numeric sorting instead of alphabetical sorting. So this was alphabetical, and now to make it numeric, you are going to use the dash n, and without this option, sort treats numbers as text. So 10 would come before 2, but when you're going to use n, it is going to use the numeric format. So when you're using sort file over here, so if I would have had in the previous version, so if it is a b instead of d a e c b, if I am going to use 4 10 8, so that is not going to be in the right format. It can also start from 10 8, because this is sorted based on alphabet, not on number. Now if you have to sort it based on the number, then you have to use the n flag. Now sort R reverses the order to descending. This works both alphabetically and numeric sorting, putting the highest value or the last letter first. You can say it is in the descending order. This was in the ascending order. This is also in the ascending order, and this is in the descending order. That is the reverse of both of them. Then comes the unique -c counts. This gets the occurrences of the duplicates and displays the count next to each unique line. And this is perfect for frequency analysis, like counting the most common errors in your logs. And then wc space -l file counts the number of lines in a file. The wc command that you see over here, it stands for word count. Word count, and that is what wc means. And the -l flag over here, it specifically count the number of lines. Count the number of lines for you, and that is how this command works. So let's go ahead and jump to our terminal, and let's try to see if we can go ahead and run this command. So what I will do, first and foremost, instead of using alphabet, let's create a new file which will be having numbers. So I will go ahead and create a new file. For that, I will clear the screen and I will paste this, and this is number.txt. So this is the file entries that we have. Now we have to sort the number.txt. So by default, when I say sort number.txt and paste and enter, see, it is not sorted based on number because it is sorting alphabetically. Now if I go ahead and instead of using just the sort, I will use -n, and now you can see there is proper sorting of number. So that is the difference between sort and sort n. Then if you have to reverse the order, so previously this is our order. Now if I have to go ahead and reverse the order, so in that case, along with n, I will add r, and this becomes the reverse order. See, this is ascending and this is the descending order. Then if you want to go ahead and remove the duplicates, that is the adjacent line, in that case, what you can do, you can use the sort command again. And this sort command, you can use a pipe and you can say unique. It is not going to delete anything. It is just going to show you the unique entries where it has removed the duplicates. See, we were having 10 10 two times, but now it is just showing one time. So if you go ahead and do -n See, now it has sorted, but it has removed the duplicate. It's only showing the unique values for you. And then if you go ahead and use WCL, so over here, if I go ahead and remove this sort thing and say WC dash L, oh sorry, WC, see, 7 are the total entries that it is going to go ahead and get. And this is how you can use it. And you can also use it by using combinations that I did. So I have used unique over here. So along with unique, so instead of unique entries, I can say unique count. And if I go ahead and hit on enter, it is going to give me the count. So it is saying that it has given the unique value, but the count for that unique value was 2. So if I would have 5 5s, so and if I had got it 1 5, that is a unique, but it would have said that there is 4 entries and I have just fetched 1 entry for you for 5. This is how you can use multiple files and multiple parameters together by using the pipe in between them. So let's talk about another interesting commands, and that is cut and paste. So the two commands that work perfectly for manipulating columnar data. So cut extracts specific fields or characters from a line, while paste combines multiple files side by side. These are essential for data extraction and file merging task. So when I'm going to go ahead and say cut dash d colon dash f1, the file name, it is going to extract the field 1 using the column as the delimiter. Then comes the D option. What exactly the D option is going to do is, the D option for us, it is going to, the D option that we have mentioned. So it is going to specify the delimiter for us. So previously we were specifying delimiter as F, you remember, for AWK, but over here it is not F, it is D. So this D says that colon is our delimiter in the file that we are targeting for. And dash F1, what exactly it means? So it is saying that select the first field. So this is the delimiter and this is saying that select the first field, making this perfect for parsing the files like etc/password. So if I will give you an example once we finish all of them. So second command is cut dash C1 dash 5 and the file name. It is going to extract characters. It is going to extract the characters from 1 to 5 from each line. So if I have multiple line, it is going to extract the characters from each line, that is 1 to 5 from line number 1, then line number 2 again 1 to 5. So for each line it is going to run one by one. And the C option that you see over here, it is equal to, it works with the character positioning rather than the fields. So when we are saying D, so suppose if I say my line number 1 is having entry as my name is XYZ. So when we are using this F1, it is counting the word, it is working on the word. And when I'm using this C1, it is working on the characters. So this, it is doing character by character. Understood? Then cut dash F1 3. It is going to extract multiple fields, specifically fields 1 and 3. So you can specify any combination of fields separated by commas to extract exactly the columns you want or you need. Then paste F1 F2 merges files side by side. Each corresponding line from both files appears together separated by a delimiter, that is by default a tab. Then comes the paste command. So paste dash D file 1 file 2 merges the file 1 with the custom delimiter, and the D option over here lets you specify any delimiter that you want. So right now over here, what is the delimiter? Comma. See over here the delimiter is colon. So D stands for providing a delimiter. So we have provided comma. making it useful for creating CSV files from separated data sources. So now let's jump on our terminal and do it by ourselves. So for this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create two files. So let's do one thing, not two files. Let's go ahead and create three files out of it. So the first file is going to be server.txt. The second file is going to be user.txt. The third file is going to be age.txt. Now we have a very good data set on which we will be performing a number of operations. So you can see we have three files. Okay. Now our first command that we are going to do is what exactly we are saying that we are using the delimiter in over here as this. See, this is our delimiter colon. Okay. So our first cut command, what this command is going to do, let me paste the command first for you. So in this command, we have mentioned the delimiter as colon, and the F1 selects the first field, and this is going to extract all the server names for us. So right now, if you see this server.txt file, in this, the first word is the server name, right? So as we are using F, that means it is going to check word by word, not character by character. So the first word which comes before colon is web. So it is going to fetch all of them, and if I hit enter, see, web db cache. This is how you can use it. Now comes another one where we are going to see the character options. So for character options, I am going to use this command where I am going ahead and saying that C, that is 1 to 5, character 1 to 5 in user.txt. So if I go in user.txt, my character 1 is A, 2 is L, 3 is I, 4 is C, and 5 is Alice. This is how it is going to extract. So if I go ahead and say run this command, you can see it has gone ahead and taken all the names, but it has just cut this Charlie because we are only extracting it from 1 to 5. That is how you can use this cut command with characters. Now it's time for us to use another interesting command, that is the paste command. So for paste command, what we will do, we are now going to merge two files side by side. And which are those two files? The first file is user.txt. This is our first file, and this is our second file. And now we are going to merge them side by side. Enter, and you can see now, see, Alice, Bob, and the age. So this is how we have merged the file. So previously we have done the cut. Based on cut, it has changed our file and it has got this output. Now the same output we are using over here, and this is how you can use it accordingly. Now comes the another command, that is paste, and this time what we are going to do is we are going to merge it with the delimiter. So over here I have not used any delimiter, but now for this command I am going to use a delimiter, and my delimiter is comma. So let's see how it looks when we are going to use the delimiter. And if I hit on enter, so over here by default, as I said, it is going to use tab when you're going to merge the two files by using paste command. But over here you can see we have mentioned a delimiter, that's why it has given us commas. So this is how you can specify delimiter also while you are merging two specific files. So the most common use case is extracting specific columns from a structured data. So you can also combine multiple of these commands by using pipe. Now let's bring everything together with real world pipeline examples. So these are the kinds of commands you might use for your log analysis, system monitoring, and troubleshooting. So let's talk about redirection and the T command, which gives you control over where your command output goes, whether you need to save it to a file, separate errors from normal output, or view and save simultaneously. These tools handle it all. So the command over here, the redirection command, see, the redirection command that you have over here. So this can be any command that you are running and redirecting to a file. So what we are doing is this single greater than symbol is going to send the output of your command to a specified file, creating it if it does not exist. Suppose if I say I run this command, output of cat config.txt, it is going to give the output. Now I am redirecting this command to new file, and this file does not exist, which is xyz.txt. So if it does not exist, it is going to create this new file. Then command 2 times greater than sign. So the file appends the output to the file instead of overwriting it. So previously I said you that if the file is not existing, it is going to create a new file. And if the file is existing, and if I run this command, so previously I have used config.txt to send this to over here. So instead of config, if I use user.txt and send it to the same file, it will overwrite the content. There comes our next command. So it is going to append the output to the file instead of overwriting it. So the double greater than symbol adds the new output to the end of the existing content, preserving the content which was already present in your file. Now the command to greater than file redirects error messages to a file. The 2 represents the std error, the error output stream. So only error messages get saved while normal output still displays on the screen. Then command ampersand greater than file redirects both standard output as well as the error to the same file. And this shorthand combines output and error redirection, capturing everything the command produces. And the command with the pipe t file, it writes the output to a file and displays it on the screen simultaneously. So over here, when you're going to run this command, it is only going to go ahead and push the output to the file. You don't see anything on your terminal. But this t command, what it is going to do is it is also going to write as well as it is going to show it on your machine that what has been written to your specific file. Now the command t-a file, it is going to append to a file while displaying the output. So if you are going to use this t file, so in this it is going to overwrite. Same like this, but in this it is going to append. And that's the difference between both of the commands. So let's do one thing. I will go ahead and use some commands and put it into a new file. So let me go ahead and clear our screen. So first I am going to print a message by using echo, that is our command. And we are redirecting the output to our file. And what is that file? Status.log. So if I enter this, you can see there is no output. But if I say cat status.log, see, server started at this specific date, this is been added to this specific file. Now if I go ahead and use the same command, okay, I will show you how it is overwriting. So instead of server writing, I will say server stopped, hit enter, and then do cat. See, it is overwritten as well as the timing has changed. That's why the timing has also been overwritten. Everything actually has been overwritten. So that is the uh, problem with single greater than sign. Now let's go ahead and use double greater than sign. So in that case, what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and use the command on the same file. I will paste this and I will hit enter. And then if I do status, now you can see the line has been appended instead of overwriting it. So now we will see another command that is for std error, that is command to greater than. So for this, what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and say ls non-existent greater than. So now if I go ahead and add the command over here, that is catalog, so in that case it is going to go ahead and show me. So if I say cat error dot log, oh sorry, it is not error, it is errors. See, ls cannot access non-existing, so it has gone ahead and given the output and it has saved over here. So it has actually given the error. What is the error actually? If I go ahead and run this command just like that, see it's saying that cannot access because this file system itself is not available, this directory is not available. So the error that it is given, I had routed that error to the file. So that is how you can use that. Now it's time for us to use the t command. So for t command, again we will do the same. So I will go ahead and use the t command. First we are going to use the simple t command and hit enter. So you can see that it has actually created a new file as well as it has echoed the output for us automatically. So I don't have to go ahead and run cat process to show you the output. It has automatically showing it. Now to the same command, what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and create second log entry. Okay. So if I am going to just change this to processing data to overwriting data. Now you can see that our processing data has been overwritten with the new content, but I don't want to do that. So in that case, what I'm going to do is, so instead of overwriting, I will say don't overwrite, and in the t flag I am going to go ahead and use append, enter, and now you can see it is saying don't sorry, I think I missed one thing over here. Yes, so now if I go ahead and say cat process, you can see it has appended the value instead of replacing the value. And this is how you can use the t command. And that ends our session today for Linux text processing and pipelines. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning step by step, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the upcoming tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.